Hey y'all, so we're moving forward in Psalm 23 today, and so I hope that you enjoyed that Psalm 118 yesterday. I know that I did. But looking at, I will not fear, for you are with me. It's the promise of the Father that He is with us. Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. And so what I want to do, well, let's just pause for just a moment. Of course, David writing this back in Old Covenant, but in New Covenant, under the dispensation of grace and Jesus Christ, how does that work? That I will never leave you or forsake you, or I will not fear, for you are with me. He is forever with us. Well, there is now no more separation between God and man because of Jesus Christ and His sacrifice, His death on the cross, and then will you remember in the story of the crucifixion that the veil in the temple, which separated the Holy of Holies from where people could be, was ripped from the top down. And so that veil, which separated God and man, Jesus bridged the gap. And so when He offered His body, and you think about the spear entering His side, in which blood and water poured out, that the broken body of Jesus Christ, His blood shed, is actually what allows us, the church, to go into the very presence of God. That it is literally through Christ that we go to the Father, that He has reconciled us back to Him. And so there will never be anything that separates, that removes God from you. There are things that we, and I'll get into this a little bit later, I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but we can replace God with other things. We can separate ourselves from Him, but we will never separate ourselves from His love. We may put other things in front of Him. We may, again, step away from Him. We may choose to not be with Him, but nothing will separate us from His presence. Jesus Christ, well, of course, that's those of us in Christ. We are not separated from God. Anyway, I don't want to get into the deep or theological into that right now. But this was one thing that Pastor said on Sunday morning. We're talking about Exodus, and he said, the more distance you create from the things of God, the more space you create for the things of the world. So even if, the more distance we place, the more distance we create from our time with the Father, because it's our time with Him that He strengthens us and pours into us, and He guides us along the way, that He teaches us and trains us and corrects us. But the more time, or the more that we create space or distance between us and that time, the more space there is for things of this world to come in. And remember, we talked about that liability of the assault of temptation, those attacks that keep coming. So it's very important for us to continue in our time with the Father daily. But He says, I will never leave you or forsake you. And so I want to just go through, I've got several scriptures here I'm going to read through today and probably into tomorrow that just remind us, encourage us that He is with us. He is with us. And encouraging so much that if we have to walk through the valley of the shadow of death, so we live here in this fallen world, but we don't have to fear, because He's with us, and He's not going to leave us. He's not going to forsake us. He's not going to forget us. So Joshua 1:9, have not I commanded you? Be strong, vigorous, and very courageous. Do not be afraid, neither be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Isn't that good? Isaiah 41:10. I love this one. Fear not, there is nothing to fear, for I am with you. Do not look around you in terror and be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen and harden you to difficulties. Yes, I will help you. Yes, I will hold you up and retain you with my victorious right hand of righteousness or of rightness and justice. Glory to God. That is good. I tell you what I'll do. I'm going to type up all of these verses and just make them available on the website. So I'll share the link with that. But these are great verses to just repeat and get to know and to just meditate on. Fear not. There is nothing to fear, for I am with you. Do not look around you in terror and be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen and harden you to difficulties. Yes, I will help you. Yes, I will hold you up and retain you with my victorious right hand of rightness and justice. That's just, that'll preach. So we'll stop here today and we will pick up with these verses again tomorrow. I will see you then. Bye, y'all.